Alright, this is my first video vlog, doing basically a general review on the Gateway experience. I've been doing the Gateway since February 2024, so about 10 months. Recently, I had actually started it all the way over. I was getting pretty far, and I was getting into the final couple chapters, and it was, for some reason I was just hitting too many walls, and I thought at that point that I am just going to start over and kind of just take it slow and go from there. And I'm glad I did. It honestly is a little bit easier once you've been through so much to kind of come back and then kind of think, oh wow, I was kind of doing this a little bit wrong, or maybe I should do this instead. So I think it is kind of beneficial if you do get stuck to loop back and kind of see where we went wrong, or maybe see if we can refine anything. But anywho, yeah, I've been doing it for about 10 months, and that's kind of one of my first points, is if anybody's actually looking to do this, the Gateway experience, is that this is a pretty big time commitment, especially if you're someone like me. I'm a little bit more tightly wound. In the document, the CIA document, they talk about people that are a little bit more loose, artistic, and then there's some people that are a little bit more rigid, more tightly wound. That's definitely kind of more who I am. I'm a little bit more rigid. I'm trying to get into that other side, the little bit more creative side, but you know, it is difficult. Nothing happens overnight. Like anything, it's a process. So that's what I would say to some people, or most people, is that you're gonna have a different experience based on who you are coming in and what kind of brain and mind you have coming right off the bat. So it is a time commitment. This is every tape is about 35 minutes one side, and then 35 minutes the other, the next chapter. So it is a time commitment, and I don't regret doing it. I think it's great. I think it's something that if you have an inclination to do, I think you should definitely do. It's definitely been interesting. I can talk about some of the experiences that I've had. So I was talking about how I'm a little bit more tightly wound, but I still have had great success on the Gateway experience. So I don't want to let that deter anybody. If they're a little bit more anxious, a little bit more tightly wound, that's perfectly fine. You might just take a little bit longer, but that's totally fine. It happens. So I intend to keep on going, probably for the foreseeable future. Now, a lot of people are going to ask, I'll just get out of the way. In the document, they talk about basically an OBE, out-of-body experience. It's always something I would love to do. Haven't gone OBE yet. I think I can tell you the closest that I've gotten was I knew I was really close, and I was I don't know if I could get in my head like, is this really possible? Is this really gonna happen? And then I could tell I was starting to leave my body, and I started gasping for air. It's like I forgot how to breathe. So I was probably just touching that surface tension, just trying to poke it a little bit. I never poked through the surface tension yet. I hope to someday. I think that'd be great. But unfortunately, I haven't yet broken through that threshold. Hopefully someday I will. Let's see, another cool thing I've experienced. I've experienced the clickouts quite a few times, and that's the one thing you got to consider too, is that when you do this, your body really does. I don't know how it does it. I mean, I'm sure it's something with the audio and the brain and everything, but I always usually have a difficult time sleeping, and it's kind of remarkable to me that I will get so tired doing these because you want your body to fall asleep, of course. So I really do. Every time I do these, I'm so tired afterwards. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I just woke up because I did, because I literally just woke up. Because your body does go to sleep and your mind stays awake. Sometimes it is a struggle for your mind to stay awake. Um, so keep that in mind. The technology exists. It's definitely, you could utilize, and I think there actually is a couple tracks that are for sleep. So if you are an insomniac, there is some method along here that you could utilize to help yourself sleep. I haven't tried it yet, but I'll keep an open mind to that. So like I was saying, the click outs. There's a few times that let's say I started tape at around 8 o'clock p.m. and I'll just wake up with the headphones on at midnight. Like time basically just zip right by, and one moment I'm listening to the headphones, and then the second moment, holy cow, it's like the middle of the night. I've actually done it for 8 hours, basically got a full night's sleep, clicked out, and woke up. I think started around 9 and then woke up around 5 or so, 5 in the morning. Started at 9 p.m., woke up at 5 in the morning, my headphones on and everything, like in the same exact spot, which is very bizarre because I usually toss and turn most nights. I'm a side sleeper, and I hardly ever sleep on my back, which I do. I meditate on my back, which I'm sure most people do, so they can have the headphones in the correct spot and everything. So that's something to keep in mind. I was very skeptical, and kind of, I keep an open mind, but I'm like, I don't know if this is actually. I definitely think the technology is there. It's old technology, but it definitely still works. So it's just a process, though. If you think you're gonna just buzz through this in a month, 2 months, whatever. I mean, maybe if you got a lot of time in your hand and you can just hit it. It might not work, just because I found too is that if I do it too much, I get stuck. But if I take a few days off or something, and then I come back to it, then it is sometimes it clicks a little bit better. Sometimes I have a little bit better experience. I don't want this to feel like a chore. I want this to feel like something enjoyable, something that I like to do. So there is that. So yeah, the clickouts. Next thing I want to mention is that I was surprised, and it's kind of a phenomenon with people who meditate, and I still am bewildered that this happened. But I remember I was doing the tape, meditating one day, and then I started to come back. I think I was in Focus 15, and then I was starting to climb back down to Focus 12, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Is there a freaking earthquake right now? Because I remember I just felt like my bed was shaking. I'm like, how in the world? And then I realized it was my body. It was not my bed shaking. It wasn't my room shaking. It was my body. So the vibrations that Bob Monroe experienced in his book, you can read about that. I'm about halfway through that as well. I think it's Journeys Outside of the Body. And he talks about the vibrations coming and going at random times. And I'm very appreciative that I got to experience that. Experience the vibrations. They don't always happen. They kind of come and go, and usually they only happen when I meditate. There are sometimes occurrence, very very rarely, I will feel them in my normal life. not just when I'm meditating. So those are real. Those aren't just something made up, um, like a myth. Though I definitely do believe if you do go far enough in the gateway experience, in the tapes, that you will someday experience those vibrations, and they are very, they're quite the gift. I'm very grateful I got to experience that, and it's nothing like magical, but it's like, holy cow, this is awesome. This is incredible. I'm uh, very blessed to have had this experience. Let's see. So yeah. Um, what else? I think the gateway experience overall is a great thing for humanity in general. I think that with these techniques, um, we could solve so many problems. We could solve conflict. We could solve disagreements. I definitely believe that there is potential with this technology that we could use it to reverse addiction. Uh, reverse addiction, I definitely think it could be applied to um, conditions like major depression, PTSD, things of that nature. I'm no doctor or a psychiatrist or anything like that, but I definitely think that these methods and these ways of meditation could be beneficial for people who are having serious problems in their head, with their mind, because it definitely helps you control your mind. Um, and I think overall, the gateway experience has potential for you to have a better experience in life in general, a better experience in your mind, because that's where we live. Um, no matter where we are in the world, 100% of the time we are going to be using our mind and our brain to experience things, appreciate things, and remember things. So this is so beneficial. I could be here for hours talking about how beneficial this could be to a person and what it could do. Um, and I will say this too, is that for anybody looking to get into this, like I said before, this is not something that can be dabbled in and you're gonna have these amazing results. This is a very um, big commitment, at least in my opinion. I think this is something that you're gonna have good days on, you're gonna have bad days on, just like most things in life, and you're gonna have setbacks, and you're gonna have long periods of time where you are trying to break through walls, um, that you're having trouble getting into focus 12, focus 15, focus 21. I know I've experienced those walls where I know I'm on the cusp of breaking through a barrier and I bounce right off the wall. So, just like trying to go OBE, I swear I was right on it's like a drop of water about to fall, and the only thing that's holding it there is the surface tension of the water. And once that tension breaks, then the drop comes down. So that's like that's what it feels like, is that you gotta have the momentum to break the surface tension, and then once you're there, then it's just gonna be, just much easier. But I've yet to break through that specific barrier, and many others. So I would definitely insist people be patient, um, people be persistent, people keep trying, and I definitely think it's worth it. I definitely think I've spent countless, countless hours. I've spent at least hundreds of hours on the Gateway experience. Um, so I'm committed, and I want to keep going. And after that, who knows? Maybe I'll try new things. But it's just so amazing and epic. And it is just like, it's right there. It's available for anyone. Anybody can do this. These CDs, I bought them off of eBay. I think they were like, I got them for like $80, and they're all of them. They're all the Gateway chapter, the catalog. Somewhere between $70 and $100, you can get the full Gateway experience. Buy a CD player, buy some nice headphones with noise cancellation on them, and you're in. You got the ticket. So very low entrance, very low financial barrier for people. So if you're thinking about doing it, I definitely would. I definitely would do it. If this is a curiosity or something that you just are dying to know about, then I definitely think you should do it. I'm very glad I did it. It helped me get through a hard time in my life, which I'm grateful for, because I'm coming off the other side. I feel so much better, and the Gateway experience really helped me just help control my mind, helped me be more positive, helped me realize that what you and me see every day with our own physical senses, there's actually much more than that going on. There's more than just what meets the eye happening. I don't really know how to explain that, but I just know that there's like the mantra, which I highly recommend you memorize. I am more than my physical body. We are all more than our physical bodies, and we are all inhabited by forces. We are all forces more powerful than just our bodies. So, definitely recommend that. It took me a few months, but I definitely did finally memorize the I am more than my physical body mantra. And that definitely helps. I definitely think that helped me break through some barriers. So if you're able to memorize that, and give it a try. Don't download it. Get the CDs. I have downloaded it. There is a download link, and they were the wrong ones. The CD ones are legit, but yeah, the downloads, it's not the same. So get the CDs, and that's gonna be all for this one. If you have any questions, please comment and let me know, because I would love to talk to people who have done the Gateway, who are doing the Gateway, have questions about the Gateway, and are just fellow Gateway enthusiasts, if I would say, because I'm definitely an enthusiast. I'm not a master. I don't even know if I'm an intermediate. I'm just a guy who is. I think the Gateway is awesome. I think it's wonderful. It's a great experience. It's a lot of fun. It's brought a lot of peace into my life, and if you have any questions at all, please let me know, and I would love to help you out. So have a great day, definitely if you feel inclined, do the Gateway experience. All right, thank you.